Got a little candle here. Looking good. Got my Dimitri right there. Hey, Dimitri. Boop. We're good. Excuse me. We just beat a really tough fight, so I am looking forward to getting the spoils. A very unique fight. Okay, that's a lot of parts. The ship's log is encrypted, but the last turn to it was written in Gothic. I, Inquisitor Uten Hole, captain of the Black Ship, Monarchia's Bane, write this record for the eyes of any faithful servant of the Emperor who may choose to read it. My vessel dutifully departed Terra to collect the Imperium's rightful ties from its loyal worlds, and then returned to Segmentum Solar with thousands of Psychers in our hold. Our mission was proceeding smoothly, but shortly after our warp jump, the incident occurred. The main confinement cell was the source of the insurrection. It was the holding site for an especially dangerous passenger who possessed high psychic potential and was known to incite disobedience in others. I do not know how he was able to free himself or how he summoned the forces of chaos to abet him. His psychic outburst spread rapidly across the entire vessel, sending other passengers into a frenzy and causing them to attack my acolytes. I've given the order for the passenger holds to be purged and activated the automatic intruder elimination systems, but I have no doubt that this measure will be unsuccessful. Not wishing to surrender the Monarchia's Bane into the hands of these deranged mutants, I've set course to orbit a nearby planet as its site of deviation. Sooner or later, the deviation will result in the ship drifting out of orbit and crashing to the planet's surface. Keep the faith and exterminate any mercy in thy soul. With the Master at Arms seal. Guide for Voidsmen. You've been given the grace of serving on a black ship of the Emperor. Do not be deceived by their appearance. Every one of them is a dangerous mutant. Be strict with the passengers, for that is how you must safeguard the lives of yourself and your comrades. Listen to passengers' conversations and report any groupings that form among them to the ship confessor. Whole bunch of rules on how to run a black ship, which sounds horrifying, to be honest.
Is there money to be made?
I love how you can just see the corruption like spilling out of this thing. Ew.
My house would be proud of me.
Ooh. Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
So I think the Master at Arms key opens up that chest that we saw earlier. Let's go check. Also, ew. Ew. How are we looking here? Oh, this finished. I think we need what? How do we unlock the next one? Reputation with Navy 1200, weapons 3, or profit factor over 50 with the Hammer of Epiphany. All damage dealt when this weapon pushes an enemy is increased by 100%. When it pushes an enemy? That's weird. It still seems good though. 21 to 26 just as a base. What's yours currently? Weird. 21, 27, armor pen 40. Wow, it's not as good. It's weird. Okay. There it is. Inferno pistol. Cool. And Tempestus Carapace. Base armor. Oh, base armor property plus 2 deflection against range attacks. I want to say that's what he's already wearing. Oh. That's a little better. Wow, armor deflection is 3. Oh. Yoink. Nice big upgrade there.
I always keep my options open.
Great. I found a power armor yet? Not yet. Planning on checking out the Darkest Dungeon 2 DLC eventually.
Keep your wits about you.
I love the ice. Doot, doot, doot. Little man just want to come say hi. Have they said when the next big patch is going to be for this game? Hopefully soon. Argenta can wear power armor from the get-go, can't she? Not entirely sure.
Left in the dust.
Oh, y'all are not... Oh, I see. Oh, man, did you run your ass all the way... Hold up.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
I think there's a jump here. Yeah, we have to do like a... And that's why they weren't staying. Okay. Awesome, Patrick got cakes. Appreciate it, buddy. Dimitri says thanks, too. Yeah, thanks.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a chance.
Let us not dawdle.
But I want to dawdle. Okay. Is that a Heretic's Den? It was a crashed black ship. Yep. The machine spirits of this vessel are dead and defiled. It should be sent to the Omnissiah in a proper nuclear funeral rite. Bombard the vessel. Let the dead follow the dead. Oh, dogmatic +5. Hold up. Let's see what our options are. For Owlcat, we're rolling out a 400+ fix patch tomorrow. Before New Year, there will be 1 to 2 more patches. Hopefully that should solve most of the issues you guys have. Jamie, when was that posted? Today? If so, awesome. Great. It was posted in the last 2 hours on Steam discussion board. Awesome. Okay, fantastic. We're gonna try to strip this for valuables now. Heretical. Ooh, and it didn't even give us like, oh, actually these are really good. But I do not deal in heresy, friends. I do not deal in heresy. No. Iconoclast is a compromise. But heresy is never a compromise. So I guess the middle option is Iconoclast? Let's see. Unless it's your lady friend? Yes. Nope, dogmatic as well. Interesting. So I guess there's only dogmatic or iconoclast options here. Interesting. Okay. What was the fourth option? Just not to do anything? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the heresy one. Sure. Okay. Might as well. We can't do anything else. Our character is currently 3 of 15 dogmatic. Very iconoclast. Level 2 iconoclast. I know we've done more dogmatic stuff in the past. That's a little weird. Wait, did I just slide into heresy because of that? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not you know what? No heresy. No heresy. No heresy. No heresy. I regret everything. Bombard from orbit. +5 Pascal faction. I don't know why I'm down here. That's weird. Okay. Plasteel. Conduct a search. Athletics 20. Failed. Oh. It immediately claimed hundreds of lives. Well, that's not good. To the save scum! Good talk. Deadhead, I use Lenovo and ViewSonic, and both have been great for me. Achoo! There we go. Sorry, chat. A little sneezy today. A little sneezy. A little sneezy. Wee bit sneezy. Such instability in the code. I know, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Should I buy this? Yes. Oh my god. This is ridiculous, I tell you. Oh man. Spin until we win? Oh, we will spin until we win. Oh, look at that! Awesome! Great! We did it! First try. How we doing here? Oh, we're getting close. It's gonna be so good. So good. We want the science of virtue. I want to lower efficiency. I think we want dark sages and a cure for sloth. Both need mechanisms and chemicals. Okay. Those seem to be rare. Not a thing. I need to go here. Oh. The jump went smoothly enough. The warp jump went smoothly enough, although many crew members reported strange incidents while they slept. They sensed someone approach them and laying a hand on their forehead. Then the hand seemed to pass through their skin, through their skull, and with tender motions sorted their jumbled thoughts into some sort of order. The Magos Pascal noted the mysterious incident had allowed him to remember a few highly obscure tech rituals, which it seemed he had never studied in the first place.
Nani?
Oh, okay. Okay. There's a Hulk over here. We don't really need provisions right now. The giant rings on this planet's surface can be observed even from orbit. Examine. It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to Terran ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circles. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observer. The strange phenomenon was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity or a nefarious xenostructure. It turned out to be a quirk of nature and a tragic one at that. Oh. Well, that's too bad. The augurs have detected wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear. Look for the source of the wreckage. The augur crew reports it has registered no evidence of a disaster that could have produced such debris. Pick up. Some of the wreckage is made of plasteel, the rest is of unknown material? Studying the fragments further is nigh impossible due to the severe corrosive damage. Okay. Do I smell
Heresy.
Lord Captain, the augurs can't determine who the ship we approach belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it's an Imperium vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there's some air in the chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. Send an order to prepare my troops for boarding. I will personally take part. Oh. Wow. We who walk down the same passageways in the same bays day after day, we who are born, live, and die in the hum of the ship's machines, we forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life, and for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us for the glory of the Imperium. So let's have a tale about the Lord Captain, by the will of the Emperor, the guardian commander of every good and honest soul upon this void ship, and the time he boarded a vessel named the Fireborn. Oh! Like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexorable force of the swell, the wrecked vessel was a comforting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays still retained an atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead. Its machine spirits dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just the husk left, and the rogue trader's crew were to become scavengers swarming the carcass. Train the penetrating gaze of the augur's array on the damaged ship. The augur's keen eyes scanned the eerie vessel, identifying that the void ship was gravely damaged and was in the process of final erosion. There was very little time to explore it. 3 sectors seemed the least damaged: the bridge, the middle crew deck, and the service bay. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in a mysterious and ancient language, a tech piece responsible for the augurs reported to the Lord Captain they glimpsed signs of valuable components in operation in the service bay. Have Idira Talas feel out a course. Hostile as upon her, Idira sank into a trance. When she resurfaced, she reported the ship had been the victim of the warp. The bridge had suffered worst of all. It was the section that provoked the greatest anxiety and trepidation in the Psyker. The service bay was the least damaged section. The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams he would lead, and which 2 he would entrust to their officers. Let here be known the names of those honest people who stood before the rogue trader in that moment. Taciturn and grave Yoko-san, whose word was firm as his handshake. Captain Vesti, whose jokes would be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd unit, known to many as Grey Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crop of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on deck was in any doubt that navigating inside the wrecked ship would be difficult. The units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave teams would be the delicate thread of the Vox link. Young Ho-san and his unit who are heading for the bridge. From here on, we'll relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses. People who accompanied the Lord Captain on the tour of the Dread ship. Oh, God. Shuttles started up one after another and dispersed, each heading for its select target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space, a fussy boarding, and then finally the rogue trader stepped into the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed a sign in the gloom, Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the Voxmaster who quickly checked the archives, it was established the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova Van Dyne, registered at Kiava Gamma Port. Every minute spent on board threatened to end in disaster. The ship's days or even hours of existence were numbered. From all sides came the sounds of distant crumbling. The floor underfoot trembled every now and then. The Lord Captain hurriedly moved deeper into the compartment when he suddenly felt the slightest puff of air brush against his neck, followed by a soft sigh, almost as if someone had leaned in close, opened their mouth to whisper a dark, tantalizing secret, and then fallen silent. The only thing was that the captain stood entirely alone. Willpower 20. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses, the people who accompanied the... Okay. Where simple mortals would already be trembling and weeping, the rogue trader only gritted his teeth. Shrieks and moans could be heard close by. Others were gripped by illusion too. Young Ho-san, the unit's captain, barked out orders. His team held back their comrades who had fallen victim to the uncanny terror. They were struggling to break free and run deeper into the cursed ship. Oh no. Sound suddenly blared from the Vox, which was tuned to the second unit's frequency. The word sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly to the Vox, but desperately pressing the transmitter button while occupied with something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on. Wait. Is it moving? Oh, God. All right. This is total heresy, chat. Total heresy. I can't stand this level of heresy. Young Ho-san listened to the transmission and the final rasp with a surprisingly calm expression, then pressed the Vox button in similarly calm voice, let loose a stream of florid swearing, while centered on casting aspersions on his interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Turning to the rogue trader, he remarked, "Apologies, Lord Captain. Captain Vesti from the second unit is well known for his pranks." "Crap, the Lord Captain's with you?" Come Vesti's voice from the speakers, followed immediately by, "My sincere apologies, Your Lordship. I just want to spook the guys a little." Show leniency. Vesti reported his unit's foray had so far proceeded without incident, mystical or otherwise. They had found no survivors from the ship's crew or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck section with the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged, especially the power cables. Logic 15. Son of a bee! At 2. Excuse me. Game crash, chat. Sorry. Horrible thing. That. Yeah, terrible, horrible thing. Horrible thing. Terrible. Just horrible. Nice, you remember where Sock was. Is this Owlcat's fault for the crashes? No, it has to do with whenever I sneeze, I flail around a little bit and accidentally hit the reload button. It's a horrible issue. It's really just terrible. Horrible. Those damn allergies. Cohh when sneezing? That's right, Cohh when sneezing. Just can't help myself, man. Hey, look at that. We got it. Bessie's unit headed off to carry out their orders while the rogue trader and his team continued on. After spending several hours wandering down the dead passageways, young Hosan's unit and the rogue trader reached the bridge of the Fireborn. The oppressive feeling had not dissipated. It was as though the bulkheads of the ship were steeped in the terror and pain of the people who had vanished without a trace from those decks. On their way there, the unit had found no signs of a struggle or bodies of the crew, and that had only served to deepen their unease. After examining the bridge, the scout unit discovered that the captain's principal cogitator was still functional. The final log entry was identified, a damaged picked recording that no one in the unit was eager to view. Proximity to the cogitator alone was unsettling enough, and with each passing second remaining on the bridge was becoming more and more difficult. The Lord Captain took a risk and watched the recording. The recording contained a message from Captain Nova Van Dane. It was almost impossible to make anything out in the pict, only the captain's hand gripping the edge of the table and flashes of iridescent light. The captain was speaking crisply, almost calmly, but they were also short, almost inaudible breaths. Exactly what the rogue trader's team had encountered when they had first boarded the ship. And it was seemed that those sounds were coming from not the recording, but from the gloom-drenched corners of the bridge itself. Yava Gamma has fallen. Fireborn broke orbit under fire from an unknown enemy and left the system, said Captain Van Dane in the recording with the tone of an officer reporting to their supervisors. We encountered pathological warp activity. The crew is reporting failures in the Geller field system. The ship is doomed. Whoever finds this recording, I ask you to hold a prayer service for our souls. I also ask you to take family relics of the Van Dane line to from Kiava Gamma. The relics are stored. The captain then specified the location of her family vault and the access code. Wow. A message came from the unit led by the seasoned, unflappable Grey Matina. The captain methodically reported on all the service-based sections her team had already examined. They had found nothing of value. They had found no bodies. There had been no incidents, and the searches were proceeding as normal. After distilling the salient points from Grey Matina's exhaustive report, Cohh listed the areas that warranted a more thorough search. After returning to the shuttle, Cohh received reports about the Fireborn's status. The tech priests who relentlessly pierced the wreckage from the Augur's gaze insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible. The second unit succeeded in moving to the danger zone and have returned to the shuttle with valuable payloads taken from the dead man's stores. Grey Matina's unit had explored the bay without incident and, not wasting more time, had marked valuable components for later disassembly. Cool, man. Honor the memory. The last request of the fallen captain had been fulfilled. The improvised funeral began with a brief military salute, and the rogue trader himself recited a prayer for the souls of the Fireborn. Just as any honest servant of the Emperor who had dedicated their life to voyaging through the darkness would honor their fellows and mourn their deaths. Gave the order to fire upon the dead vessel at range, for that which was born in fire should also perish in fire. Damn, dude. That whole sequence was metal. That was awesome. That was really cool. Alright, I think it's time to go over here. We gotta check this stuff out. And then we gotta, like, go up here. I don't know where Kiava Gamma is. We gotta find that. Oh no!